What's good, y'all? It's Aaron, aka the Anime Anthology, aka the editor in chief and CEO of Off Black Magazine, coming at you.
And what it do? My name is Tento. You know, we talk about things on Saturdays or Sundays whenever our schedules can align about anything that's going on in the gaming content wise. So this is a podcast we like to do on occasion. We will be recording this also, but we also live streaming on channels just to get feedback from you guys, and also if you guys want to, we can you guys can join in the conversation. Yo, Mills, I see you. Let's commentate the next one. You know what? We can figure something out, Mills. We can definitely figure something out.
So give me your full introduction, brother.
Oh, that was just me.
Give me Tento, FGC commentator. Come on, you gotta. In the beginning, you gotta flex. In the beginning, you gotta flex. You got okay, and that's the point of the intro. The intro is to self-glaze. What are we doing here?
I just like to say my name is Tento. I'm a commentator in the FGC. You know, I do my thing also when I stream, and then also play the game as well. I play mostly fighting games, but I do branch out on other games when I can. And yeah.
Okay, he's not talking about he was on HBO Max the other weekend. Y'all ain't see it, but he was on HBO Max.
That's topics that we can save when we go to the podcast.
We in the podcast. Oh my gosh! All right, but hey, it's good to have y'all on here. This one is, like I said, Tento was saying, is live streamed on his, may live stream on Off Black every once in a while, but this is mainly going to be on YouTube, so you guys can check it out. YouTube audience watching, appreciate you guys for stopping in. To talk some shit about some gaming and everything. Getting into it. First thing I want to talk about is what are we playing right now? What are we playing? What you on right now, brother?
Hey, all right. People know the Twitter post, and I just told you I've been on South Park Stick of Truth bad as of recently. South Park Stick of Truth came out when I think I was in middle school, or early high school back in 2014 ish. And they recently gave us, there's a huge Steam sale going on right now, if you guys did not know. Plenty of games to be on sale. I already bought like 4 games for under $25. But there was both the South Park game. They're RPGs, role playing, turn based combat, but you just got the humor of South Park and the crazy things you can do that's in South Park as well. And I bought that game on Thursday. I have 12 hours on that game, and today is Saturday, so I've been playing it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a really good time just to unwind and play some shit. And that's pretty much been my main thing I've been going. I also got Doom Eternal. I already beat the first Doom, but now I got Doom Eternal for the side as well. And I bought Celeste. Celeste is also like $5. And I was like, you know what, that's an indie game that I wanted to try and play up for myself too. So I might as well get it. So yeah, those are the games I got for the right now.
Okay. I was I've been playing really only one game because I don't have time. But that's not true. I recently got obsessed with Balatro. Balatro goes fucking hard. Balatro.
They gave it to us for free on. They gave it to us for free on one of the PlayStation months. I forgot about that. I have it. I just haven't got into it. But everybody that says they got into it, they got addicted.
Bro, I was traveling for work and I brought my gaming laptop with me, and I'm just in the airport. I'm like, man, whatever. You know, let me do a couple of hands. I never played this before, brother. I was playing Balatro for 3 days straight. I think I'm at this my work trip, sitting in there having meetings, thinking about, man, if I had just not used that card instead, if I had used that, I'm not even thinking about the work trip no more. I'm sitting there thinking about Balatro, and so I'm still obsessed with that game. And it's one of those games that like I would never play on my TV. Like it just fits. It's like.
It needs to be on the go.
It got to be on the go, or like my mother, like she's obsessed with solitaire. Like she used to be. Solitaire used to be her thing. Like it's
she will go crazy on that game.
When I signed into Microsoft for the first time on my laptop and everything, I already had like 1,000 gamer score just from solitaire, Microsoft Collection Solitaire, because she be on it and she don't even know. She be in her office playing it. Right, Balatro is my solitaire. Not gonna cap. It's my solitaire. Like it's great. It's great to pass the time. The music is good. It's low stress. You know, it's I don't know about low stress, but it's so fun. Balatro, and then Assassin's Creed, the new Assassin's Creed. I've been also. I have 105 hours in it right now.
105.
It's bad. I think. The over hate for it is crazy, and I think Assassin's Creed is one of those series that no matter what they come out with, for the most part, 90% of people are going to hate it because everyone wants the classic Assassin's Creed 2. And I'm not saying those aren't good games, right? I've played them, but Assassin's Creed Ghost is good. I don't care what anybody says. It's a good game. The story is decent. I'll give like a story like a 6 out of 10. I think there's parts where I don't. It's so open world. I end up finishing missions without even noticing. Like I'll just be riding on my horse because I'm the kind of guy I go and get all the question marks first. So I do all the side quests and everything first. So I'm just riding around the world and I'll run up to somebody I'm supposed to assassinate on a quest. I didn't know I was supposed to assassinate on the quest. I kill him. I get a whole black and white transition. I'm like, oh, this person was important. This person was important. Like I did body him. This person was important.
They were a part of the plot. My God,
I didn't even know, right? And so,
Sirius Black in the chat said he finished Liza P's on the New Game Plus, and he just started Alan Wake 2. Okay.
I haven't beat Liza P yet. That shit would beat my ass too. But yeah, Assassin's Creed Ghost I've been addicted to it for months now. And I can't stop playing. I can't stop. I don't know what's wrong with me. Every time I get a chance to play a video game, I'm like, 'cause I used to play Destiny 2 a lot, but that's a whole different discussion. So like, I'm trying to find other games to play and shit now. So, but yeah, that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. First thing, we have the FGC catch up, right? Like I said, we got the FGC commentator extraordinaire, the man, playing the man on TV, the man on your YouTube channels that you ain't know when you watching FGC. He back there talking, and we gonna catch up on what's going on currently in the FGC.
Ooh, man, I don't even know where to begin at this one, to be honest. Like, it's just so much going on. But first things first, we can talk about we're gonna talk about the good that's going on. Evo France is coming up. It's gonna be next week. If you guys do not know, Evo France is going to be if you guys do not know, they announced that Evo is going to be in a couple different places this year. In these next coming years, let's say. It's always been Evo Vegas, but then they also have Evo Japan. That also happens. Evo Vegas usually happens at the and during the summer. For these last couple of years, it's been at the beginning of August, end of July, but now this next coming year is going to be the end of June. And then they have Evo Japan usually the end of April, beginning of May. I forgot what the date is top of my head, but Evo France has been announced. It's going to be October, and they're going to have 2XKO there. If you guys do not know, 2XKO is the League of Legends fighting game that they just released by Riot. It's free to play, and it's going to be open for everyone to play on a PC side of things. It was an exclusive beta that was there was not I wouldn't say exclusive beta, but closed beta that they had for select individuals. That we got to play. I was lucky to be a part of those selected individuals that got to play early. And now on the 7th, if you have a PC, you can download it and you can play it. And they're gonna have an extra character named Timo that's gonna be added to the game. Every League of Legends fighting game character you can think of is gonna be attempted to be put in that game. But at Evo France, they're having a 5v5 exhibition they just announced between Europe versus North America. And oh my God, that team is stacked, bro. Like that team is all might. Let me show you the team real quick, because this team is ridiculous. I kid you not. I said all in on North America. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I said all in on North America because I don't think they even compared what's gonna be happening over here. All right, put it up on my stream for a split second. As you guys see on North America team, we got K7 Show Off, my guy. Diaphone, Super Noon, Sonic Fox, and Hikari is going to be on Team NA. On Team EMEA, I'm sorry, is Wawa, Wade, Noka, my boy Noka, Leffen, and Mystic Smash. Oh my God, these teams are stacked. But man, Evo France is going to be a treat. They're also going to have Street Fighter there. They're going to have Tekken there. Like I said, it's going to be 2XKO. I believe Dragon Ball Fighters, Strive. It's going to be a great time. So that's going to be happening next week. That France time conversion, I can't. You got me there. You got me there. But
on YouTube, you'll see it on the screen. You'll see it on the screen on YouTube.
It's going to be somewhere over there. It's going to be somewhere over there.
Right there.
So yeah, but just know it's going to be a time.
Okay. And then there was a recent competition that we talked about. You being on HBO Max last week.
So yeah,
how did that go, brother? How did that go? I actually did not get to watch any of it because I don't have HBO Max because we pay for everything else. So HBO Max was a stretch, but I do plan on watching the replay. But I've heard a lot of interesting things about that particular competition.
Yeah. So if you guys do not know, the Final Combat from Mortal Kombat 1, the pro competition, that's also one of the things that I commentate for their pro tour for the Warner Brothers. happened in Mexico City this past weekend. Um, it was a good time to see my friends, but unfortunately, production kind of dropped the ball just a tad bit, and there was a lot of controversy behind the event. Like I said, it was live on HBO Max, Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a lot of people that hit me up and told me that they saw me on TikTok at all places, which is really cool.
That is
But
really cool, yeah.
yeah, there was some slight controversy with how the event was ran and whatnot. Not gonna go too into detail about that because like it was a lot of things that was out of our control per se.
Mm-hmm.
It was more about like I said, production and also like the building. Unfortunately, the warehouse that we was in had some slight issues with it, like infrastructure wise. But yeah, there was some comments that was made um by Sonic Fox about how the event was ran. And also the person who won the event said that they didn't like the game after they won the event too, which is yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot with that one. It was
Yeah, I didn't
it
even
was
know.
a
I
good
didn't even see that one. I didn't even see. Was that record? Or did he tweet about it, or did he say that at the event?
at the event because he's Chilean, so I believe
Yeah.
that's Spanish. I believe that is Spanish. Don't excuse my ignorance. It's not.
I don't know.
But he went on the stage and they was like, "How do you feel about your win?" He said in Spanish that I never really liked the game like that in the first place, and yada yada yada. I heard everyone in the venue that spoke Spanish to laugh, so I immediately asked him what happened because, of course, the stage host isn't going to say what they actually said on there. But yeah, it was.
I mean, and Mortal Kombat 1's been getting a lot of flack for, especially ever since it's come out. People have been questions about the quality of the game, especially compared to past entries. So I mean, it's interesting to go and win, and then turn around and be like, yeah, this game kind of ass, but what I mean, I don't know if that's trash talking or if that's really like, hey man, DB, you need to fix y'all shit. And I mean, I don't know. A lot of mixed reactions and mixed opinions about more MK1.
Yeah, it was one of those things where, like I said, I'll always admit the game it was not a good launch, and you need crossplay in fighting games today, and the game did not have crossplay to begin with, and that's a huge important factor, especially as COVID and quarantine really showed a lot of people how important online is for gaming and all sense in general, which is why you should have a good netcode and make sure crossplay is available so everyone can play. You don't have to be restricted by console. And that's a very, very huge thing that needs to be innovated. And I'm glad they innovated that later on. So yeah, that all will do time. We'll see. But yeah, the event overall, the matches, everyone said they enjoyed the matches and everything, but the production, like I said, we had at one point in time where the Spanish broadcast is over the English broadcast. It was a little rough. It was definitely a little rough right there.
And so I feel like Sonic Fox's comments were like, because he came in 5th place, but he was like, he said, shout outs to the dudes that did it, but the seating was horrible in his opinion. He said the bathrooms were disgusting. I feel like once you pull out the bathrooms are nasty, that changes everyone's opinion about everything. It's like y'all had me standing in shit in the bathroom. It was
some rough things over there. They did give us a finalist / talent team only bathroom afterwards too. But yeah, it was some rust patches in there for sure. Like it definitely was. Hope for the best for next time. Sadly, if that was the last event for the MK1, it didn't end on a high note. But we can look forward to the next game. Someone in the chat says, "I'm gonna say this. I'm an old head now. I guess when it comes to older games, I've been playing Mortal Kombat since '92. Not a fan of MK1. It's understandable. It's definitely a big change. Fighting games in general from now to from the past had a lot of innovation, a lot of changes. There's definitely been like the skill issue thing has been lowered a lot because of it's been easier to access, easier to play. It makes things a lot more accessible for newer players. I do admit that's also a big turn on because execution should be awarded in my opinion, and for a lot of newer games, it's not. So yeah, I definitely understand that.
I feel like gaming is in a different space entirely. I mean, it's something we can definitely get into more on another episode. But just like how companies are trying to deal with the skill gap from before versus now. right? They're like gaming is more casual now. Like there are more people gaming than ever before. And so do you still cater to hardcore players, especially in fighting games? Do you still cater to the most hardcore of players and sell, let's say you'll sell 1 million, or do I cater to as many people as possible and sell 10 million? You know what I mean? Like what is the right answer? That 1 million will play past day one. That 10 million might not play after the first 30 days. Right? That 1 million might be what, 50% of that 1 million buy the combat packs and buy the extra characters, something like that. That 10 million won't, So it's like that who do you market to? And I think games are trying to figure out, and the gaming world is trying to figure out exactly when it comes to these live service and fighting games and multiplayer games, who do we market to and how do we bring them into the fold per se?
Definitely so. So yeah, it's one of those things that we got to try to capture too. And it's a hard process to do so, but like in due time, I feel like things like 2SKO being free to play and then showing that access, and then we have Marvel Token and Invincible also on the rise. In due time, we will start to see the gap. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be a little bit closer.
Marvel Token is exclusive right now. I'm pretty sure it won't be. I'm pretty sure it'll end up on Xbox and stuff like that at some point, but we'll see.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. Time will tell.
The last FGC topic, though, will be. I'm showing on the screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
Pay-per-view in the FGC. What do you guys think of that? Pay-per-view in the FGC. If you
Who brought that up? Who brought that up?
All right, so I'm about to send this to you, actually.
Mm-hmm. You have to send me everything.
Yeah. Can I send this? What would be the best place to send this to you, actually?
Discord is fine.
Discord, but I have to show my messages on my screen. But I might have to send it to you through DMs of Twitter.
Yeah, you can do the one.
DMs of Twitter. Yeah, DMs of Twitter. What is your break? Find your name on Twitter. Should be the same thing. What I'm talking about.
Pay-per-view is interesting. I feel like that's the whole thing. I mean, even when you think about it, real fights like boxing and stuff like that, they're slowly moving away from pay-per-view because they're losing so much to pirating and everything. It's like at this point, shoot, I ain't gonna lie, I don't watch a lot of fights, anymore. Like when they come out, because one, I can watch it. I don't say I do this, but you can watch it illegally. Some people do that.
Yeah,
I would never.
Or you just go to a bar.
Or you go to a bar, right? Which they don't make a lot. I don't know if they make money from that. But go to a bar, or the other thing that happens is what's that say? The other thing that happens is that you get people that just post it on Twitter or post it.
It's like Spice saying homie's house.
Yeah, homie's house, or post on, or they post it on Twitter. They post it on YouTube, or like, because I honestly. I'm not going to watch I'm not going to watch every single, you got 18 fights before the main fight. The main fight don't start till 1 a.m. and it'd be
12 rounds of BS.
12 rounds of BS. So I'm just here. I just want to come see a good fight. I don't want to see all the other BS. So I'm not going to watch, I might not watch all the rounds. I'm just see the highlights on Twitter or fucking YouTube with some guy talking over him just so he don't get copyright, right? That's what I'm probably going to do, right? So I think if I wonder if this is like a money move for sure, but I feel like it would hurt.
You see it right there, right though?
Yeah, the Capcom Cup.
So yeah, so if you guys do not know, the Capcom Cup, about to put it on stream for a second for you guys to see it again. They announced that they now have pay-per-view for the Capcom Cup for not only for the actual Capcom Cup finale, but also the finals for the good old teams on the Street Fighter League. So this is actually really interesting to see. A lot of people were very upset by this, but this is my 2 cents on it. It's in yen. Now, of course, this also means for US as well, but like it's mostly in yen. The thing what a lot of people tend to forget is that in Japan, the Street Fighter players are actually celebrities, and I mean dead ass celebrities. Street Fighter is huge in Japan. If you guys do not know, their World Warrior reached 2,500 people. 2,500 people compete for that one spot, well, 2 spots, to try to get into this event. Japan by themselves would be fine when it comes to them buying the tickets for this event, because like it's gonna sell over there. Over here it's whatever. Okay, if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. But over there, they're treated like celebrities. This is gonna be just fine for them. Because like I said, the money that they're making over there for that, because like I said, they're all treated like celebrities, they're seen as celebrities, they're going to be fine. For us, Yeah, it's gonna suck, but I feel like it's somewhat gonna thrive over there because of how they're treated. But I see you about to say
Does it
something.
not feel like a slippery slope? Like imagine Evo does this
Oh, it
next year.
definitely is,
Like,
100%.
even and they start out with Evo Tokyo, just like you're saying, right? They started with Evo Tokyo. Oh, Evo Tokyo's, but we're not going to do this in Evo Vegas. And then Evo Tokyo, they make an extra, because you said the Japanese might buy it, right? They said if they sell well, they come to America and they're like, yeah, if you want to watch the final or whatever for any of them, all the big ones for the big four, whatever, right? Then you have to pay per-view, right? And people say, and this is something that I've been slightly radicalized by, because I used to be the person to be like it says right there, free replays, on the 21st to 22nd, right? And I used to be the person that would be like, yeah, well, you can see it free in a couple days, right? But nowadays, that couple days is starting to get wider. Okay, it used to be a couple days after. Now it's a month. Now it's this. Now, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a slippery slope. And as we know, when things like this, price will only increase. Prices will not stay the same. In 5 years, this price will probably triple. And is it still like? And will a common casual person who's just interested in this feel it's worth it to pay for it and make the money? And then I think, and it depends on how. I don't know how they look at the metrics. Is first day sale? Is first day watch hours still important? Right? If they get less watch hours first day, but they get more watch hours in a week when they post it for free, are they going to be like, okay, well, that's fine. We made an extra $2,000, so we'll just take it and keep, and we'll just raise prices, or what's going to happen? So I feel like it's a slippery slope. I feel like you start introducing shit that people are going to be like, okay, well, you know what? I'll just pirate it. Now they never watch. Now they never pay for it. They never pay for it. They don't watch the replay because they just said they want to watch it live, because live is the best, especially for, I think, something like FGC. Live is the best. Like live FGC tournaments are awesome. People are going to watch it live on a pirated stream. And then they're never gonna watch the free, or they might watch a free replay in a year or so, but they're not gonna watch it within that time frame that they're really tracking those metrics. I don't know. Slippery slope. I'm the alarmist. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, yeah, time will tell. It's definitely going to be a thing that they're testing out. But like I said, I do feel like it's going to, over there, it'll be just fine because of how big Japan is on that Street Fighter. But as we go to the date, that is for March 14th, March 16th, I believe that's what it said on there. March 11th through March 15th for that Capcom Cup to Street Fighter League World Championship out there for the good old Street Fighter. So yeah, good look out for that.
It's interesting, man. Interesting. I'm hoping it doesn't become the worst of what it could be, because I think end of the day, it's like FGC, especially what I think we saw from latest Evo in Vegas, they had a very low participation. Like there wasn't as many people, they didn't sell as many tickets. Was that it? And then also not as many people signed up for the games. So like I could see how this could be good, right? Because they are losing money. So if they make more money, they can offer more stuff. They can go to big, like they can still do cool stuff if they have more money. But for the consumer, will this be good? And I think that's like the question. Like, come on now. Evo already has hella ads, okay? Hella ads. So I'm like, imagine hella ads plus pay-per-view. Come on now.
We'll figure it out in due time. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. All right.
FGC, boy.
Moving into our main topic of conversation for today. There's been some things going on in the gaming world that has people questioning something that is sadly dear to my heart, because I'm not a console warrior, but I do love my Xbox. Okay, I've been on Xbox since 360. I have a PS5. It's the first PlayStation I've had since PS2. Okay, that's what, almost 2 decades, right? That's what PS2 was, 2008 or something. We're almost 2 decades in. I haven't bought a PlayStation. So
it's PS2 is 2008.
Hello, when's PS2?
It's 2000.
2000, dang.
2000.
2000, really? Wow. What?
2001 or 2000, bro.
PS2.
What's going on?
Damn. Are we old? Are we old? We getting fucking old.
PS3 was 07, yeah. PS3 was 07.
Damn. I'm old to a young person, but young to an old person. All right, but PS2 was 2000. That's the last PlayStation I've had, right? And so Xbox comes along, and they fuck up every other generation, right? Xbox One, I didn't hate the Xbox One. Okay, I get people didn't like the whole thing. Oh, this is an entertainment device. I'm gonna tell you something right now. When you could plug your HDMI to your cable into the Xbox One, and you could have the football game on this screen, with your game on this screen, and they were almost the same size. You didn't have to have a TV that did it. The game did it for you. It was beautiful. Okay, I could switch between different games while I'm playing my. I could watch. I'm watching every game on NFL Sunday while playing my game at the same time. There was some light at the end of the tunnel.
Some layers.
There was some layers to it. Okay, but in general they fucked up, right? And so now when the Series X and this isn't I like the console, but I get why people don't and everything. I get why people buy things for any reasons. Game Pass comes out and everyone's worried about Game Pass. They buy Activision. Everybody's worried about them buying Activision. And then Game Pass gets an increase in price, $14.99. I shrug. I'm like $15 a month. That's still not that bad, right? Last week or recently, they just announced it's going to be in November. It will be $30 a month for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. And
that was crazy because they said the website literally crashed for people that was trying to cancel. I said, what?
And I'm gonna put up on here. So I'm gonna put up the things that they're saying that the reason why that they believe that they can increase it. I'm trying to. Here's how they try to defend the price. They're saying the 50% increase, but they're saying they're giving you more stuff. My opinion, the stuff that they're giving you is not worth the game because it's not worth it, right? Let's see. There you go. Tier changes. There we go. Here you go. So they've changed. So now they've changed one of their tiers. They changed Xbox Game Pass Core to Xbox Game Pass Essential. You have 50 plus games to play, playable on PC, console, and cloud. They've also added cloud gaming to that. So you can now cloud game on Essential. In-game benefits, including variety games, online console multiplayer, which is the same thing as always. Play and earn up to $25 a year in the store with rewards. Cool. Xbox Game Pass Premium, middle tier. This is one most people buy anyway, right? Most people don't get the biggest tier whenever it's 3. 200 plus games, playable on PC, console, cloud. Now, new Xbox, so day one games within a year. So new Xbox games within a year. So you don't get it day one, but you do get that game on your Game Pass within a year. Unlimited cloud gaming with shorter wait times. In-game benefits, online console multiplayer, and you earn up to $50 a year in store rewards. And then the big one, and that one's $15 a month. So Essentials 10, Premium 15, and then Ultimate is 400 plus games, 75 plus. They're saying they're going to give out 75 plus day one games a year. I don't believe that. I don't believe it because all 75 games, I don't even know if they're all going to be good. That's the first thing. But are we like 75? We're going to have like 2 AAA games and then single A and indie games, which is fine. Indie games are doing great. But to act like every indie game that comes out is amazing is a lie, right? We got to be real on that. But 75 plus day one games, including all Xbox published games day one, Ubisoft Plus Classics, and EA Play. EA Play was already in there, so it's not an extra. And then you get with Fortnite Crew coming in November, which who gives a shit? Who cares, right? Unlimited cloud gaming at our best quality with the shortest wait times. I don't understand this whole wait times thing. I don't even know what that means. Okay, I need somebody to explain it to me. In-game benefits, including for Riot Games, online console multiplayer, and you earn up to $100 a year in the store rewards. And so, like additions they've made for Ultimate to say it's worth $30 is the 75 plus games, Ubisoft Plus Classics, and Fortnite Crew, and those are like the only things they've added to justify this $30 a month, $360 a year increase. I don't know, man. I used to think that Game Pass was the best value in gaming, but it's not. I don't know if it is anymore, especially for the common person.
It's tough, man. It's tough. It's one of those things where, you can't really. We know that the state of gaming and everything right now is going to be increased because of like the money,
yeah,
and tariffs, money, what's getting bought out, this whole situation that's going on in the world. Yes, but like it's so tough because we know it's a domino effect. A lot of people don't know it's like that's the domino effect that happens, And like, oh, what I'm like, this is the domino effect. What happens in the world? Everything that goes with cost and other things in the world has an effect on the economy, which that is an economical resource that is going to be fluctuating quite a bit. And Xbox is feeling the pressure, so they got to raise up the prices. And unfortunately, we have to pay the price for that. Well, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not paying the price for that.
No, apparently no one wants to pay for it.
Yeah, because that man, the fact that they said that the whole thing had literally crashed, I was like, Jesus Christ.
I've heard different things. Some people saying it's crashed. I mean, the website has always been bad, but I think the fact that I got people in my circle who have had Game Pass since it first started, we're having conversations about, yeah, we may never buy Game Pass again. This is the death of Game Pass on my device. And how many people? I mean, Game Pass to me was a boon because for what it was, $15 a month, and I maybe played about 3 games, right? But that pays you back already, right? Because within that year, if I play 3 games a month, it makes up for the total part. But now I'm not playing as many games a year. Like I said, I'm playing Assassin's Creed and Balatro for 2 months. So I'm supposed to pay $60 when I paid $70 for one game. That I don't feel like I could have bought Balatro on sale and I could have bought Assassin's Creed on sale and I would have spent less, possibly less than a month of Game Pass. And then so it's like, at some point, is it greed? I mean, we know that tariffs are one thing that is affecting it. We can't say it's not, right? But I don't know. I think people are blaming them for stuff that's certain that they shouldn't be blaming them for.
The greed thing, I could kind of see because, like, hey, hot dogs at Costco still cost $2. Arizona is still $1.
They trying to raise that Arizona price too. They keep thinking about it.
They've been trying, but like, guess what? The CEO said no. We $1. All right, we always been $1. We gonna keep it at $1. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like, guess it's also, like I said, it's still the fluctuation of what everything's going on. So that's why I don't give it too much heat. And also, I guess I'm also not a person where I speak from a certain bias because I never had Game Pass. So like, I can't know the relation thing. If they be like, because people, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, well, $30 ain't too bad. But when it was originally $15, right?
Well, before that it was like 10, and then it was like $12.99, then they raised it to 15, and now they doubled it to 30.
Yeah, okay. So 10, that was a stain. That was a stain back then. 12 was okay. They was like, okay, you're on to us a little bit. Yeah. We'll take it. 15 was like, all right, now. I understand, but like I think you said 30 is okay. No. So for me, it's like 30 a month is kind of crazy now. I think about it because I do 30 a month for my PlayStation Plus. So I'm like, damn, now I gotta pay 30 every month plus the 30 every 3 months. I mean, I gotta pay $60 one of those months for God. Dang it.
And originally I didn't think, I'm like, my first thought, I'm like, it wasn't too much money. Like $30 a month again isn't the worst thing in the world. But I had to think about how many games I play a year, right? And how many games are multi-platform versus non-multi-platform, right? Most of the, Xbox, they say almost every game they're going to make is going to go on PlayStation. Me, I still like my Xbox. I like my Xbox controller. I like the way the UI. I'm still going to play on my Xbox. But I'm just gonna buy that. I'm just gonna buy the three $70 games, maybe $80 next year if Nintendo gets their way, right? The 3 $70 games a year I'm gonna buy, and I'll just play those for the year. And that's 70 times 3 is 210. That's less than paying for Game Pass for a full year. You know what I mean? Like, and then I could buy other games on sale. I could buy, other day, like a month ago, we bought 10 games on Steam for like $15 because Steam had a huge sale. And so it's like, and Steam does that pretty regularly, even with some new games. So it's like, what is the benefit now? For $15 is a benefit because it takes about, 50 to get to $70 takes about 4 or 5 months. Okay, cool. That pays off 1 or 2 games that I play. $30 in 3 months, that's $90. So it's about 4 games in 1 year. So if I don't play 4 and finish 4 AAA games in 1 year, did I really, or at least play 4 different AAA games in 1 year, new ones, did I earn the price of Game Pass? And I think that's something that a lot of people are trying to, quantify, right? Especially when there's no family plan. If they dropped a family plan for $50, I probably would get it because I got friends that I want to play, and I got people. I'm like, that $50 for a family plan. I'm like, that's cool with me. $30 for a single plan. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely questionable since you sit there like, man, is it like when you break it down like that? Yeah, like, am I gonna play that much worth of games if I'm spending, say for instance, $30 for the whole time? That's
360 a year. Yeah.
60. That's 360. Yeah, 360 a year.
Yeah, 360 a
So I'm
year.
paying 360 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Am I like, damn? Am I playing 360? Am I playing enough to spend $360 a year? When you break it down like that, like, man, like $360. It's so crazy when like you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
$100 back when you was younger, you like, I'm rich.
Yep.
$100 now, that shit for like $14, bro.
I spent $100 in 2 days. You don't even mean to. You don't even mean to. Like you go grocery
Like
shopping.
that's $100. Like $100 for like $14. So you spending 360. It's like it's not a lot to when you get it, but when you spend it, it's like, damn, that's the money I need. God damn it. Like, man.
And I mean, also with the Series X 2 TB costs what, $700 now, and I think the original Series X. I have to look at the console price again, but they also raised the price of consoles, which to them I don't blame them too much on that. You know what I'm saying? That's tariffs, and we said it before it happened that we raised the tariffs. We're gonna end up raising the prices of consoles. PlayStation has raised the price of their consoles. Xbox has raised the price of their consoles. Nintendo came out with a Switch 2 that, in my opinion, was overpriced with overpriced $80 games. Like I like that. That to me, it's also and they actually raised the price on some of their stuff too, and they're still considering raising it higher. I think about a month ago they released something. I'm not sure if they followed up with it. A month ago they released something saying like, "Oh, we're considering raising prices again." And so it's like, that's cause and effect. Cause and effect. Like, is it? And honestly, I don't fully blame Phil either. Phil is part of the problem, but when we think about Microsoft, it's about money. It's about getting their AI out. It's getting all stuff like that. I think that they're thinking that they'll make more money for a lot of the actions they've made over saying that Phil is the one up there saying, nah, yeah, let's. Because every time Phil comes on, Phil's like, oh, I want to remake this game. And then like a week later, Xbox is like, yeah, we're never touching that IP ever again. I don't understand why he would do that if Xbox is going to come out and say that. I don't know.
Bro, you said I don't care. That system 5 years old. What system you talking about? What you talking about? And then Ben also saying, mind you, the fact that he said 3 games cost $270 when there's sometimes 75% of a flight cost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said Xbox system been out for 5 years. Okay, I guess yeah. So
yeah. 5-year-old system. I think we're talking about like, and this is like I guess a side conversation. Is like how much better can consoles get? Load times can get a little bit lower. Heat can get a little bit lower. But how much better can consoles really get when we talk about for the price that you're paying for it?
You made me realize that when you just said that, someone that did a comparison to like, nothing compares to 2K14, and I had to think about that for a second, and I realized the jump we had from PS3 to PS4, and we saw 2K14 graphics, we lost our minds.
Yeah.
Now you look at them graphics of 2K25, you just like, there's nothing really here anymore. We've reached that echelon of like graphics. It's 215. Yeah, it's one of the two. Like I said, one of the two. I haven't played 2K in a minute. Obviously you guys can tell, but no, it's crazy when we got to that point where a lot of graphics is like the last thing. If anything, like I like the retro type of graphics with the newer games that really appeal to me. That's why like Neo Soft like appeared to me. Like that's why I liked Tunic a lot. Like those classic games. Instead of focusing so much on the graphics, which I know can be good. Show me what you can do with some cool gameplay mechanics with the new stuff that we have is the big thing now. And so yeah, that's another thing where I'm just like, it is tough in that regard.
And you can get Tunic on sale for like $2. When Tunic first came out, I think it was something like $10 or $20.
Yeah, Tunic is fun. Hey, if you guys if you guys can play Tunic is a game that is this is my top 5 games I've ever played, and it's definitely changed my life. Please play Tunic.
Tunic is fire. When I used to stream more regularly, I did a whole thing of Tunic for like 2-3 streams. Tunic is fire.
It was a good time.
But that's the thing is like, if you're an indie gamer, if you play one AAA game a year, right? Are you spending $360 on games? Probably not. You might be spending $200. Because again, indie games you can get on sale, and if you're playing on Steam or if you're playing, if you're just playing indie games that come on Xbox, and Xbox does a lot of sales, I appreciate that. I don't know if they're going to stop that now because they're trying to money grab. But Xbox usually has a lot of good sales, which is why I usually don't buy games when they first come out. And I don't know if they're going to stop that. They've also said, and there's people, I don't know if it's true or not, but people have said that they've been slashing they're slashing the discounts on DLCs for games that are on Game Pass. So it used to be if you played the game the game dropped on Game Pass, you get like 10, 15, 20, 30, whatever percentage off the DLC. And people are saying they've taken that away. So that's another thing. It's like I don't think they're doing a good enough job to justify this increase, and I don't think it's good for the industry either.
Yeah, it's one of those tough things because, like I said, but the way money looking, how everything is shifting is like, what did you do? But like, bottom line is people need money. Dang. That's all I see this as.
I don't know. I don't think that. No, I don't know. I mean, I guess that raises the questions on like, should Game Pass exist? Right? In its current state, should Game Pass exist? I don't know.
If that many people cancel to the point the website crashed, it's might want to be. It's one of those things where you get, hey, look inward.
I don't know.
Look inward.
What are the next steps though? You've invested so much into it. Bought studios for it, right? The babies that bought Activision was put Call of Duty on it, right? So like, where do you go from here? That and King, King makes so much money on mobile games, but where do you go from here? Do you revert everything? I think I'll say this. This is my theory, and it's not my theory. This is my opinion. I feel like they tripped up, and this is common opinion. I don't think this is a super crazy opinion. When they made everything cross-platform, they made everything multi-platform. When I think certain games like Call of Duty, if you thought that at Microsoft buying Activision was going to make Call of Duty exclusive, you were out your rabbit mind. You were out your mind. That was never happening. Okay, made $1 billion. That's never happening, right? I didn't expect Doom to be exclusive. I didn't expect, what's some other games that they got out of that? There was a list somewhere. I didn't expect any currently ongoing franchise to become exclusive, right? But new stuff that came out, right, to me should be exclusive, right? Or at least have a timed exclusive. I think most games should be timed exclusives. I don't think we should have any permanent exclusives. I think most games should be timed exclusives unless they're legacy titles like Gears of War and Flight Sim and stuff like that. They could be full exclusive, but like new titles should be timed exclusive. But I think that's really where they lost a lot of people, because end of the day, people who want I don't think people switch solely for exclusives or play certain consoles solely for exclusives. I think people play it more for where their friends and where the people they play with are. If most of the people I play with is on Xbox, it's on Xbox. It's one of the reasons why I never switched to PlayStation. 90%, 95% of the people I play with regularly are on Xbox. So if I win a PlayStation, I'd have to start over from the beginning, finding friends, finding raid groups, especially as a person who plays Destiny, finding raid groups, finding people to play with. But that's how I feel.
I'm going to give it a buck. I bought a PlayStation because of Infamous. I legit got a PlayStation because of Infamous Uncharted. I cannot lie to it about it. Because I still have my Xbox, of course. And then some people say, "Oh, someone no, I bought both of them myself." I did work to get both of them myself. And yes, I was one of the guys. I did start off with 360, so a lot of my friends are on 360. But I really, really loved Infamous and Uncharted that much that I went to go get the PlayStation. And I am one of those few people that the exclusives did push me over there. I was Xbox guy at first, but then, like I said, PlayStation had Uncharted and Infamous, and I was like, you know what? I need to do it.
That's fair. I've never played either of those, so I can't even talk. Again, I was on Xbox my time. So me, it's one of those things where like I ain't know, but also I wasn't pressed to play it. Most of the games I played,
you should play Infamous.
Most of what I played was online multiplayer games with my friends, and so I wasn't even thinking about what play. Plus, most of the people I knew growing up played Madden and 2K. So
if you like Assassin's Creed, you're gonna like Infamous. You're going to like Infamous.
But I'll have to check it out at some point because I don't play for PlayStation Online, so they're gonna have to make a revamped version on PS5 if I'm gonna get it.
No, you can buy it on Steam.
No, that's true. If I could buy it on Steam, I'd probably play it then. But I just feel. I feel like, if Xbox kept some of their exclusives and they made some new IP that were at least timed exclusive, at least kept it for a year and a half, maybe 2-3 years, then I think that would also help sell Game Pass, because now people are like, okay, I get a day one act to an exclusive game that I can only play on Xbox for 2 years, 2-3 years, or forever, depending on how it works. And now that's just not happening. And so I think, even though I don't think it's the biggest thing, it's one of the biggest things that cause people to switch. And so I think that also does not justify the Game Pass increase. I think that's something they could easily just turn that back. Just Phil could just come on screen and be like, "Hey, we releasing these 5 games next week. Y'all on PlayStation, y'all on Steam. Well, PC they got it. They have to give it to. But y'all on PlayStation, Nintendo, fuck y'all. We're not playing. We're not giving y'all the game." Right? You could turn the time back with one meeting. One meeting could turn the time back, and now people are like, you know what? Maybe Game Pass is worth it. Oh yeah. No, they told me that next Elder Scrolls 6 is only going to be on Xbox. Okay, maybe Game Pass is worth it now, right? But I don't see what makes people want to stay with this increase, in my opinion.
And also the thing too, the exclusive. When you talk about the exclusive thing, I just remembered that Microsoft. They announced that the games like Spider-Man and whatnot are going to be on Steam and God of War, and then they announced a partnership with Steam with Xbox, so you can actually play that on good old. You can play Spider-Man and whatnot on Xbox now, and then also the same thing with Gears of War. Gears of War can also be cross-play too for everyone. So I was like, you know what, they kind of get rid of that, so make sure everyone has that inclusiveness. And I was like, man. So when it comes to that exclusiveness with the consoles, it's like, man, does that go out the window? Is it still going to be a prevalent thing? As you said, for Marvel Tokyo, was just like, is it? And I was like,
I think Marvel Tokyo ends up making it way to Xbox just because of the nature of the game. Spider-Man, Spider-Man to me, I still think that's like that's one of the biggest betrayals, man. When they made it exclusive to PlayStation, I said that's the dirtiest move any company has ever made, gaming wise, just like on principle of a game, right? Because they both done some dirty shit. But principle of a game, making Spider-Man exclusive, I said, wow. When WB was trying to sell its gaming department, if I was Microsoft, that would have been my first purchase. I said the next Batman game will be exclusive to Xbox. I would have, as soon as WB Games said, yeah, we're thinking about, hey, give me that. I would have had a Superman, a Batman, a Flash, and Green Arrow game out within 4 years. And I'd be like, y'all on PlayStation, can I play it? Okay, because y'all want to take Spider-Man from us? Spider-Man been cross-platform, been on every platform since day one.
But guess what?
Oh, man. But again,
Marvel Studios does what with Disney, and guess what? Sony and Marvel are cool because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man.
That's true. And Microsoft could have stepped on that. Microsoft could have got some from, but they said, no, that don't matter. But again, that's where I'm like, I don't feel like we blame Phil a lot. I don't feel like it's all Phil. Okay, feel like there's people in Microsoft.
There's always levels to it.
Yeah,
there's always levels
because he's just Xbox Games. He's not Microsoft. Xbox Games is under Microsoft. There's somebody up there that somebody might have said, maybe we should get in on that Spider-Man deal. Maybe we should try and make sure that we get on that. And people at Microsoft is like, who gives a shit about Spider-Man? Who cares? Y'all care about Spider-Man? We don't care about Spider-Man. And now Spider-Man.
Give me my damn pictures.
Exactly. Now give me my damn picture, Jason. Now Spider-Man over there making billions of dollars because someone at Microsoft said we don't care about Spider-Man, right? And so, man, I would have bought WB Games up immediately, and we would have had the Batman Beyond game only on Xbox. You want to play Batman Beyond? You got to buy an Xbox or build a PC, I guess, because they were always going to go free PC, which I don't think.
Tell people like,
I don't think about it. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, having a PC is just like having an Xbox because of, Microsoft, and then also Xbox games with gold, Xbox Game Pass and whatnot. It's just pretty much you when you have an Xbox, when you have a PC, you have Xbox. Spider's made Sony so much money for years and multiple avenues for years. Years has been.
But Sony has owned Spider-Man for a long time, and they were releasing on Xbox. I forget when exactly it happened that Microsoft had a chance, because it's way more to do with Insomniac than it is Sony owning Spider-Man. And I think people don't realize that connection.
Yeah, I think it was It was shortly after the Marvel, but I really think it was due to also like the Marvel being bought out by Disney thing is
It
when
might have
they
been.
really. That's what it really like. It was a whole, like I said, it's always levels. There's multiple
Yeah.
things, but I feel like that was really the big thing that sparked it because guess what? Like you think Marvel, who's one of their poster boys, one of their biggest poster
Spider-Man.
boys, and the top three for sure is Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Spider-Man sales. And as soon as I found out, Sony was like, "Oh yeah, I was like, oh, you guys are smart, but also assholes."
But now the reason why I thought I'm not sure. I think it's more doing Insomniac, which I don't know. There's probably an article or somebody out there proving it that I don't have in front of me. But remember, the Amazing Spider-Man, the ones based on the movie, they were released on Xbox too. So that's what I'm saying. It's like Sony, and both of those made money. First of all, and the games are better than the movies. The games are better than the movies. Okay, that's a conversation I have another time too. Video games are better than their movies, but the Amazing Spider-Man video games are better than both movies. And anybody who thinks differently, you're wrong. But
I think differently. I didn't play the second one, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 video game, but the first one, I liked it.
Hey. You talking about I said the game is better than the movie. I'm not saying the movies are bad. No. Okay. This conversation for another time. Okay, but conversation for another time. Oh, but yeah, but that's I think someone that did something doing Insomniac. So I think Insomniac has the rights to certain single player campaigns or something like that. The right how rights work in all this is interesting. We're gonna go to a quick ad real quick, and we'll come back in like 1 to 2 minutes. See y'all in a second. What's good, y'all? It's Aran, aka the CEO and editor-in-chief for Off Black Magazine. If you made this far through the video, I really appreciate you, and you're just one step away from checking out all the amazing articles and stories we have for you on offblackmag.com. If you go to the link in the description, you will find multiple stories on anime, manga, comics, and hopefully in the future, video games, and so much more. We're working on more events and doing more stuff with the community. So we'd really appreciate it if you click that link, check out an article, and also tell us how you feel. Thank you, and let me get you back to your regularly scheduled program. All right, so moving on to our next topic, and it's kind of continuing on with the Game Pass conversation, but the stability of the gaming market, right? We brought up some stuff, right? And I think Microsoft so far is the biggest offenders because they're the most public right now. Their new handheld, which I do want, I ain't gonna cap, I do want it. It looks good. It looks like it runs well. It runs, almost native, runs native 4K, runs well. 120 hertz refresh rate. Got it is $1,000 for the highest version.
I think my cousin got one of the mid-level versions of it.
Yeah, it hasn't come out yet. You can pre-order it though. Did you pre-order it?
Then what do you get? What do you get? He got one of those things. That's one of those Xbox like tablet gaming thingies. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because the pre-orders just opened up for it. I think when I posted this about 3 weeks ago, it comes out in November, I want to say. They said holiday. I think it's holiday 2026.
I need to find out what tablet he got with it because I know he got Steam on it. It's not a Steam Deck, but he can put Steam on it, and but it's mostly for his Xbox thingies.
It might still be the Rogue Ally because the Rogue Ally.
It might have been. It might be that one. Because it might be. I remember seeing Ally. Yeah. I remember seeing Ally. It might be that one.
Because Xbox has partnered with Rogue Ally to make the Rogue Ally X and Rogue
Ally might have been
X.
That one.
And so and those ones, the pre-orders are open, but the price dropped. I was expecting $800. I knew it was gonna be expensive. I ain't gonna cap. New CPU. They're not using any other handheld from AMD. All this, big graphical numbers and stuff like that. So that's why I expected to be at least $800. Right, I'm not gonna be delusional and think they're gonna give us a $400 console. That's not Xbox would never. Microsoft's not doing that. Okay, so I was expecting for the highest to be around 800, and then the lower version to be about about half that, 400 or 500. Right. Instead, we get $1,000 for the Rogue Ally X, and then for the other Xbox Rogue Ally, it's gonna be I think about 800 or 700, and so that's insane. Right. And it's 1 terabyte and I believe half a terabyte, right? 512, right? So that's insane price, right? $80 games are not hypothetical, right? Microsoft got influence out of doing it, but Nintendo still sold, and I'm gonna make sure I'm not tripping, Mario Kart World for $80. I'm gonna Google it right now. I'm not tripping. $79.99. They sold it for 80 buckaroos. Okay, a Mario Kart game for 80 buckaroonies. Okay, so $80 games.
$100 for a game, bro.
And we're not even talking about how much the Switch 2 costs. The Switch 2 costs what? Costs like.
What's the bundle right now?
Let me see. I'm gonna look it up.
With the bundle with Switch and this Mario Kart, what is it?
Let's see. Yeah, because the Switch 2 costs right now $500. Actually, the bundle's not bad. Actually, if you get the bundle, the bundle's $500. The bundle is $500, so that's actually not bad. But if you buy a Switch 2 by itself, it's $450, which is basically $500. Black math, $500, right? So you pay $500 either way. So I would buy the bundle if you want to. That makes more sense. But you're not really saving no money because with taxes, it's going to cost around the same. Anyway, but Switch 2, $500. That's an insane price. Insane price for a not 4K gaming console. Right, that is automatically getting overrun by everything else on the handheld console market, right? By the Steam Decks, by the Rogue Alleys, by all those, right? And that's not talking about how tariffs have exploded the prices of other things going on in the U.S. and in a few other countries. This is not necessarily a U.S. specific issue, but it is one that affects the U.S. more than other countries. And so I think that really affects what we're seeing of like the stability of the gaming market and how longer gaming is like a casual, a casual person can buy into it. I don't know. What do you think?
The casual person, it's tough for things like that because that's only built for like the hardcore gamer. Like things like that are built for the hardcore game. I'm glad that didn't fall too, but. It's one of those things where the price is going to be sold by the people who really want it, and if it's going to flop or not, it'll all in due time. Like I said, we won't know until it happens because everybody thought, we boycott the Switch 2. All right, cool. Nope.
Sold more than the last Switch is one of the fastest selling Nintendo consoles in history.
Because Nintendo sales, bro. Nintendo sales. I'm sorry. They had me like when I saw the Switch 2, I'm like, okay, they had me with Mario Kart World, right? I was like, okay, Mario Kart World, that's cool. But then also, I saw that they ran games at 60 FPS. It was running Cyberpunk at 60 FPS. Yo, Destroyer, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate everybody from Destroyer Stream. Welcome really quickly. We're just doing a little podcast right here for Off Black. Right now, we just talk about things that happen in the gaming world and other things alike. He said, "Get on that Ghost of Yotai." I'll watch you play it though. It's not my type of game to play, but it's my type of game to watch for sure. But hey, everybody from Detroit, you're welcome. But yeah, when I saw the Switch 2, and I saw it was running Cyberpunk at like 60 FPS consistently, and it's really upholding to a lot of those things. I'm like, okay, I have a console that could take me anywhere and run all these games very well. That's pretty good for me. That's pretty solid for me. The price, damn it. Spending rent money on a goddamn console is just
how many games you getting if the console costs $500 and the games cost $80? Back in the day, you could come up with you could walk into the store with $500 and be like, let me get a 360 and I'm gonna go get 3 other games with it. Right, you get a $50 game.
Shit, 3. You could probably get like 5 games.
Get some $20 games that came out the day of. Games were priced at such a range. Even AAA, some AAA games were always $60, right? They were priced at such a range that you could go out and just buy as much as you want. Right now, you walk in with $500, you actually can't get the Switch. You actually can't get it. You because it's tax, so you actually can't get the game. With $500, you cannot go and buy a premium gaming console right now.
It really is tough, bro. I can keep it buck. It really is tough. So like, it's one of those things where, like I said, what's it called? You gotta balance between buying that and like I said, $80 a game, and I'm just really. That's why I say like the Switch. I was like, when I first heard about Switch, I'm like, Switch is $700. What you mean? I'm like. You gotta buy the console. You gotta buy a game with it, which is another $100 on top of it. Controller. See if you want another controller with it. It's about $700 when you think about it. It's a lot.
That's true. Because I want the Pro controller and I want this.
It's a lot, bro. It's a big ass, and it's one of those things. Is like you gotta sit there and ask yourself, like, do you really want to go through with that? And it's like, is that something you really want to invest your time into? Especially if you know you're not gonna be playing it as much with everything that's life going on. With like, damn, I got I got a better job. I got this job so I can play video games, but now I'm tired from working my job, so I can't play the video games that I want to play, which I always wanted. It's a lot, bro. It's really tough. It really is. It makes you sit there and wonder, like, shit.
And I feel
Am I
like
doing the right thing?
Exactly. And I feel like it makes like, and I feel like, and this is what I say is plus and minus for everything. I think Xbox is doing a decent job of making it a good entry into not only its ecosystem, but like also its older games. Like Gears of War, they make a remaster every 4 years. You could play Gears of War at the best version every 4 years because they sell it for a remaster, right? Like they just did another Gears of War collection that's up to 4K, right? When is Sony gonna do that for God of War? When is Sony gonna do God of War 1 should have been remastered twice by now, in my opinion. Right? It should have been, right? You know, we're also 5 or 6 years in the PS5
Sly
generation.
Cooper 2, you ain't lying. Sly Cooper definitely supposed to be remastered.
Like
they show love to Ratchet and Clank though.
They do love Ratchet and Clank.
They show love to Clank. They did show love to Crash Bandicoot too. They did show a little love.
Crash Bandicoot, Sly Cooper, and The Last of Us. We didn't got 8 versions of The Last of Us. Okay. Right. And I'm like, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's like, you know, it's and people clown people for being on PS4 still, but I'm like, first of all, most of the games released on PS4, so let's keep that a buck. I mean, now games are starting to not do that this year, and going forward, they probably won't. But games are still released on PS4. Whether you sound like you had an airplane in your room running and shit, still released on PS4.
Yeah, it's gonna sound like some of y'all rooms be sounding like Spirit Airlines, bro. Keep it a buck.
It's smoking in the background. It's smoking in the background. But I'm playing 2K24 though.
High key, I want to turn it. I got my PS4 under me. I kind of want to turn. I've been turning this thing on probably like 8 months. I kind of want to see how it sounds. Y'all want to see?
You gonna turn it on? It's gonna explode. We go.
I turned it on.
But that's
lighting up.
But that's what I'm like. I think the stability of the game market is like we're reaching that precipice. We're getting real close to that level to where it is unaffordable for most people to afford to getting into gaming as a hobby. Right. And I think, but also it's like, you know, but I don't know. I think games like Balatro and what's that other game that came out this year that was really hot? Civilization 33. What's that game called? Yeah, that one. Those games are important because they're
Expedition
33 because they're lower price games that also make, you know, that they're still well done. And so, I mean, having games like that, I think, are going to make it, you know, still a viable route. But at some point in 10 years, if things don't change, you know, I'm telling you right now, I ain't spending $1,000 for a new PlayStation or Xbox. That's not happening. I'll upgrade my PC first. I ain't spending $1,000 for the Xbox Series XXX. You know what I'm saying? I ain't.
Whoa. Watch out for the Nexus.
I ain't paying $1,000 for the PS 69. I'm not doing that. Okay, they're gonna have to get it from somewhere else. All right, that's why I was like, you're talking about like the graphical leaps and everything. Like, well, how much better can you make a console besides shortened load times and heat? Right, heat dissipation and shorter load times, like the two biggest things. Right, and once we get that done, what do we do there? Where do we go from here? Once we shorten the load times, we make consoles colder, which they've already figuring out solutions for. Where do we go from here? Right, most people aren't buying an 8K television, so most people aren't gaming on 8K monitors.
Yeah, when I see 4K, you know, for a whole 4K thing with me, I was like, man, they said 4K enhanced. I'm like, that's not what I'm worried about, bro. I still watch videos at 720p if I'm keeping a buck.
I can't agree with you on that one, but continue.
Like, I still watch videos on 720p, bro. 720, 60 FPS is just fine for me. Anything like 1080p is cool, and then after that, it's like you really can't tell the difference between 1080p, truthfully, and maybe somewhat 4K, but like still, it's like it gets to a point like, what, you want me to see every molecule at this point?
Again, it's like, I don't know. So I agree.
Less power usage, okay.
Yeah, less power usage. 1080. I think 1080p and 4K is like the biggest leap you'll see. 1080p and 1440p. If the frame rate's high enough, you're not gonna see a difference, right? And like that's I mean, and the frame rates we can already game in 120. We can. They just don't optimize the game to do that. We can game in 120, right? Like I think like that's how I'm like, you know, we're at this again point in gaming where things are becoming so expensive, right? Like how, like, you know, I don't know the next console I'm going to buy. I think I'm going to upgrade my CPU at the end of the year, and then I'm gonna be cool. I'm cool for another 3 years before I gotta think about upgrading, changing my GPU out, and that's probably more code because it's getting close to dying. Versus me saying I really need a new GPU.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna do it.
That will do it.
All right. So finishing off, we'll see. Do you think of any other topics you want to talk about before we sign off? Oh, I did want to bring up the Wolverine game. What do we think about the Wolverine game?
They finally got announced. You guys know that's the one game I've been thinking about this entire time. It's the one game I've been excited for.
I didn't even watch. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch the PS State to Play.
I didn't watch the State of Play, but
I usually do, but I didn't watch it this time.
I saw the trailer and I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, because like I'm about to replay the X-Men Origins Wolverine again, just for the hell of it. I do have it downloaded right now.
Get that feeling back. I get it.
Yes, I have it. I have it on my system right now.
Underrated
I will
game.
play it again. But yeah, I'm actually really excited to see what they do, what they go for it. From the trailer, we see a couple things that can be aspects of it, but nonetheless, it can open up. I'm kind of, I know what I'm gonna sound like by saying this, but like I'm kind of interested in what the Insomniac and Marvel universe would be, because they have Spider-Man, which when you go through Spider-Man, they mention Wakanda, they mention they literally had Doctor Strange elements and things, and no, it had a mission with Doctor Strange's portal in Spider-Man 2. You see the Avengers Tower, you see all of this, and you just like. They can set up for like a whole Marvel universe inside Insomniac, and that would be really, really cool.
It'll be interesting. I mean, Mystique is in there. We got Omega Red. We got a lot of people. I wonder if we're going to see any other X-Men characters. So, and then we're going to have, we're going to have 3 different locations. More than likely 3. I think they confirmed 3 or 5 different locations for the Wolverine game. I'm trying to remember. But we're seeing Madripoor, which opens up. Here we go. We got Madripoor. We got Canada, of course, and it's in the city of Tokyo. So we got those 3. We're probably with DLCs we'll have another area and stuff like that. So it's gonna be something special, man. I can't wait for it. I'm excited to see the different skins they're gonna give my man. Okay, because I'm not using the base skin. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not using the yellow and blues. The yellow and blues to me is trash. Okay, his iconic, yellow and blue skin. I know everybody loves it, but that the stealth skin they use when they do the not Secret X-Men, what's it called? The Tactical X-Men. I can't remember what they're called right now, but that stealth skin, that's the skin I'm gonna be playing as. Okay, that skin or as or if they have this skin from like when he first wakes up, when they have like just like the no shirt on. You know what I mean? Just run through the wild looking crazy. Probably going one of those 2. But I'm interested in how they do the skins and everything like that.
All that due process. She's so excited. Yeah, I'll be excited too. I don't know what's going to happen with the story-wise, but yeah, guys, it's definitely one of those things that could be brought to be something nice. And of course, cosmetics, as you just said, is a big thing. Cosmetics do be selling. I'm not a big costume person at all. I'm talking about any game. I don't care. I'll play in the default skin. I as long as the game plays well for me, I don't care. But and then also my favorite color.
I said it might be because I'm light skinned, but continue.
I'm dead. But my favorite color is green. So as long as I have some green on me, I'm cool with it. Like I'm like, ooh, it's green. I got like it. That's just me personally. But other than that, no.
I like a good skin. You know what I mean? I hate I haven't finished Spider-Man 2 yet because I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this is not a hot take, but I feel like Spider-Man 1 and 2 stories are trash. But I think the gameplay's solid, but I think the stories to those games are trash. But what I like is all the skins they had for it, and also all the original skins. So I'm interested in what they do for Wolverine and some of his original skins. I think they're gonna be pretty good. So I like all that. I go through all the aspects of the game. I'm telling you, when Wolverine comes out, I'm gonna have 100. If there's 100 hours to be had in it, I will have 100 hours. Just so you know, I think I have
100 hours.
I think between Marvel's Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales, I have a combined like 110 hours. I think I have 32 hours, 35 hours in Miles Morales. and I think I hit between 40 and 60 on Spider-Man 1. So if there's 100 hours to be had in Wolverine, I will have every single one of those 100. Promise you that.
I kind of want to check and see how many hours I have on the others. I don't know how many hours I have on the other ones. But no, I think for Spider-Man, the first one, which first Spider-Man I know I have a decent amount of hours on. Spider-Man Miles Morales, it was a shorter game, so not too much. So I'll probably have maybe 20 hours on it. Spider-Man 2, probably a good 60. We need Spider-Man Friend or Foe 2.
Ooh, that'd be some gas though. That would be some gas.
I just want Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions again.
That would also be some
Shattered
gas.
Dimensions.
Hey, man.
Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions is the best Spider-Man that was made, and that is my favorite Spider-Man.
There are so many good Spider-Man Web of Shadows claps a lot of things.
Never played it though.
What? Web of Shadows.
One Spider-Man and I never played. And that's the one I hear the most about.
Oh my gosh. You gotta get Web of Shadows.
Edge of Time was actually really OD too.
Edge of Time.
I love 2090. It's a soft spot beat. You put 2099 in Spider-Man, I love that spot because that's my favorite Spider-Man. 2099 is my favorite.
Do they got Web of Shadows? Where can you play? Can you even play Web of Shadows anymore?
I probably can. I can find it.
You gotta find it. You gotta play Web of Shadows.
I got it emulated.
A Spider-Man game where you can make the decisions. Yeah. You are a Spider-Man. They hit. Okay, you can choose to be evil, or you can choose to be good.
All I know is everybody said they loved the wall combat in that game because you had exclusive, like when you're on the wall, you had actually fighting style that you would do on the wall. Mm-hmm. They said that was really cool.
Oh nah, man, my favorite part was in Black Cat. You know, you can make some decisions. Okay? You can make some decisions with Black Cat. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let me stop. Oh my gosh! Also, Wolverine's in the game.
This man worried about some pussy.
Yeah, you still trying to get monetized.
He can bleep that out.
Well, Wolverine's also in the game, and he can get venomified and everything too. Like this, there's so much, and you can fight Wolverine. Like you can choose to be allies with him or not. Like,
no, that's the thing. I played Web of Shadows. I played Web of Shadows on the PS2 version. I didn't play the actual version. That's why I should probably clarify with y'all. I played the PS2 version of Web of Shadows. And that was the same one as the DS version. I didn't play the 360 and PS3 version because I didn't have those at the time. I should probably have clarified that for y'all. So I do know about Web of Shadows. I just played it on the PS2.
Spider-Man just has
and it's a lot different.
Yeah, Spider-Man has mainly good games. Some duds, but mainly good games. Like the original Spider-Man 1 game where you couldn't touch the ground. Shit was ass. Okay? It was trash.
I think I got that.
When Spider-Man 2 let you touch the ground, oh my gosh, it changed the entire game. I remember I fell off the roof and died immediately. When you fell, you couldn't touch the ground. You literally you had to swing and jump from building to building.
Yeah, swing, yeah. That's Spider-Man 2 though.
There you go. If you fell off the building, all you heard was him screaming, ah!
Ragdoll effects in it. That was the first time I got to see ragdoll effects in the fight in the game. That was hilarious, bro.
Hilarious.
Spider-Man 2 was great.
All right, but appreciate everybody for watching and stopping by on YouTube. And again, if you watch us live on Tento's Twitch channel, appreciate you for watching this. If you want to see some more from us, you can go over to offblackmag.com. OFF, mag.com. It'll probably also be on the screen or somewhere. It's somewhere on the screen, probably the entire stream. I don't know where, but somewhere. Okay. And we appreciate everybody on YouTube for watching and checking us out. Leave us a comment, leave us a like or a dislike. I don't care. Give us a feeling. Give us something. Okay. I can work on that. All right. But appreciate you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time on episode 3.